Hello, the next 6 slides explain how pursuit racing works at Spinnaker in 2023. We've got an exciting programme of Wednesday and Sunday pursuit races. Everyone's welcome to come pursuit racing, and club boats are available to hire. One of the great advantages is the start is a lot more spread out than a yardstick race. The maximum amount of time on the water would be 67 minutes for the faster boats or 45 minutes for the slower fleet. We have a Sunday so-called pure pursuit, which is the start times are based on the type of boat you're sailing, an oppie, a topper, a laser, etc. On a Wednesday, it's based on the type of boat plus your individual grade or ability. More on that to come. Everyone finishes at the same time. There's one hoot at the end. In theory, everyone would be in the same place on the lake. In reality, we'll all be spread out.
Here's a little cartoon of how it all happens. So at the start, the slowest boats go off first. That's the blue boat. At some point, typically within 15 to 20 minutes, all the boats have started and they're underway. By stage 3, you would expect the later starters, the faster boats, to be gaining on the mid-speed boats, who are gaining on the early starters, the slower fleet. And then we have the finish. The race officer blows the hooter. That's the finish. Everyone records where they are. If everything was exactly per the mathematics, all the boats would be at exactly the same point. The reality is you're usually spread out over the lake, and you must record who's ahead, who's behind.
Okay, here's a few points for our pursuit racing. You need to be looking at the counter board at the race hut or on the committee boat and listening out for your hoots, which will be spaced at 1 minute. We actually have 2 races. We have a faster fleet that starts at the earliest 67 minutes before the finish, and we have a slower fleet, which would be the early oppies, at a total of 45 minutes for the race. Everyone finishes together. You should get a verbal 1 minute warning from the race officer before the finish with the hoot on the finish. Keep an eye on who is in front and who is immediately behind you. Remember ideally the person boat number. The race team will usually come and find you after the race, or alternatively, please go and sign off that information at the race hut. Just for those who've done this before, in 2023, we don't have the 1 minute sort of penalty for people who came first or second. That's all gone for 2023. This slide's intended to help you know when to start. The first thing to do is have a look at the PDF that you can get on the website under the Racing tab, Pursuit section. This shows the classes down the left-hand side, the Portsmouth number, and also how long your race will be and the counter number. So at the right-hand side, if you're a Firefly, you will be looking out for the counter number 10. On a Sunday, that is your start counter number. So if you're on a Sunday pure pursuit race and you're a Firefly, look out for 10. If you're a Wanderer, look out for 9. On the Wednesday, remember that number, and let's go to the next slide. The previous slide was about the pure pursuit race. This slide is about the personal pursuit. So there's one extra thing here, which is your sailor grade. So remember the Firefly, which was 10 counter on the previous slide. We've got one more adjustment to make, and basically that works by sailor grade. If you are a top sailor, national champion, regular race winner, you'll be an A, and you will add +7 to the counter. So you would start at 17. If you were much less experienced, more of a beginner in the Firefly, you might be a G or an H. An H has no time added. That would be a start counter of 10. A G would be 1. So you would start at 11. So basically work with your class captain or the pursuit race coordinator, Robert Marshall, to work out your grade, add that to the basic pure pursuit timer, and that becomes your class counter on a Wednesday. Okay, we got to the end on pursuit racing. Race program and the club calendar, or the racing section of the website, have got all the race times. Remember the individual pursuit races on the Wednesday, you just need to know your counter number, On the Sunday, it's the same. Just know your counter number. Any problems, please ask Robert, please ask the class captain or any member of the sailing committee. Most of all, get out there, enjoy, have fun.